Welcome to the fourth episode of this adventure called A Writer's Life podcast. I'm your host, Carlos Arce, and this is my co host,
Esmeralda Arce. We decided to do this episode on this adventure called A Writer's Life podcast to provide our listeners with some entertaining stories to pass your time.
I have written this story for an assignment during my time in Full Sail University. Today's particular passage is more of a poem. It was written as an introduction to who I am. It is a bit of a biography in lyrical form. I hope you enjoy it. I Am by Carlos Arce. I have lived many lifetimes and I have also died many times. In my 50 years, I have worn many hats, but not as many as the adventures I have had. I have been the keys to a better life for my parents and siblings, and I have also been the destruction of that same family. I have been the hero to many people I have met, and yet I have been the devil to just as many. I have been the clown to my friends and the tears of loved ones. I have had many adventures on the seven seas. I have stood watch over thousands of lives and seen giants fall. I have been part of a fleet of sailors facing Poseidon, yet I've bore my heart out to Davy Jones in the darkest of sea nights. I have drunk an ocean's worth of alcohol, but have never swum with sirens. I have run side by side with cholos and tasted the bittersweet taste of barrio beatdowns by life. I have seen my ancestors sacrifice on the altar of Quetzalcoatl, but never stand in triumph on the center stage of life. I have seen the face of God Himself and the hallways of heaven in the eyes of my baby girl, and answered the call of the demons inside. Stories and legends run through my veins as much as the blood of my Aztec ancestors, and they cry to be told and shared with the world.
Wow. Reading this first paragraph of this poem, Carlos, I feel that many readers can relate to the family struggles and sibling rivalries. What is your take on it?
I feel like the first paragraph speaks about my personal life. The first sentence about living many lifetimes and died many times is about the changes I have been through within my life. The part about I have worn many hats, the term hats symbolizes the many things I have been, for example, a brother, cholo, friend, student, father, sailor, and so on. The term keys to a better life symbolizes to me being a firstborn Mexican American child to my parents and how that helped them immigrate to the US. The last part of that paragraph talks about me being the clown or always keeping the party going to my friends, but also how my wild days also hurt many people. It is a symbolic biography of my life.
By reading the second part, it tells me there is a little bit of history behind this poem.
The second part tells of my adventures in the Navy and of its deployments. I stood low visibility watch at the front of the ship while my shipmates slept. The part about giants falling speaks of my time during the War on Terror while out to sea. The part about Poseidon speaks of our ship going through bad seas and large, angry waves. Things I still dream about during storms. The part about bearing my soul to Davy Jones is about me facing my demons in the Navy. And the last part of the second paragraph is my struggles with alcoholism in the Navy.
This last paragraph, Carlos, I feel like you've done a great job of giving us a glimpse into your life. You talk about growing up in the streets to having a child of your own. You talk about the strength of your ancestors and your passion for storytelling. Is this the genre you want to focus on?
I wish that I could do poetry, but poetry is not my strong suit. I'm more of a storyteller. But yeah, I want to bring out our ancestry's folklore to the front and mix it in with horror to bring attention to it. I feel that a lot of our folklore is being lost in today's struggles and newer generations. My main focus will be in horror, but I am not above doing other types of genres with a Latin flavor thrown in to spice it up. Well, that is our podcast for this month. Please leave us comments on this podcast or on my YouTube channel at Carlos Alberto Arce or www.youtube.com// at Carlos Alberto Arce, or you can also follow me at my Facebook page, Carlos Alberto Arce.
Thank you for joining us, and until next time on this adventure called A Writer's Life. Bye.
Bye.